the largest diameter log that I've ever put on a sawmill. Woo! Broke the blade. Hey, welcome to the sawmill. Today we've got a project. First off, we're going to clean up the sawmill real quick and get ready to use it. But I've got a pretty ginormous tulip poplar to put on here. Probably the largest diameter, words are hard. The largest diameter log that I've ever put on the sawmill is probably 32 inches in diameter. Gizmo's bumping the camera. You can't make this stuff up, guys. We're just doing it for real. Anyway, it's only about 9 foot long, so we're going to get some 8-foot boards out of it. However, I hate to use these logs because they're such, there's no blemishes in them. But they've been sitting on the ground for a while. They're probably already rotted about 1.5 inches, 2 inches off the bottom. They're just too good of log to just sit around. So I have a need for board and batten. Tulip Poplar, if you guys don't know, Tulip Poplar makes wonderful board and batten. It paints well. It doesn't warp really bad. It's very, very good wood to cut and also to work with. That video where we're doing the project with the board and batten is coming up soon. But right now, I just need the Tulip Poplar. I'm going to go ahead and clean up the sawmill real quick. Last time we forgot to bring the blower. I got a new blower, and I'll show you guys that, and we'll talk about it for a little bit. It's not sponsored, but whatever. I think it's a neat blower. For you guys that's been watching our channel for a long time, you know that we've had the Atlas chainsaw and weed eater and the push mower, and I made some videos about those years ago, and they're pretty neat products. And you know what, our batteries and the mowers and all those things are still working. Well, they come out with this Atlas brushless dual port backpack blower. That's what it says on the side. I'm just quoting it. But anyway, it uses the same batteries as the mower and all the other tools, chainsaws. And you know, I already have those, and I got this kit here, and it comes with the batteries and the charger, so that gives me an extra couple of batteries for my lawnmower. And that's that little mower has been great. I mean, all of this stuff, the chainsaw still works. We still use it from time to time. However, I seen this and the itch got me. I thought, for blowing leaves and not have to worry about gas powered leaf blower, thought I'd give it a whirl. So what we're going to do today is we're going to clean up the Frontier sawmill. The other day I came down here, used it. I forgot to bring the blower, so we're going to go ahead and clean this thing up first. We'll tell them what we're going to run into here. Probably mice. We have a mouse that we call him Frontier the mouse because they like to come in here and build a nest up inside the sawmill. It's good protection, I guess. But you can see all of the dust. Oh my goodness. I should have opened it up and at least brushed it out. But what happened was we were sawing and a thunderstorm come up pretty fast, pretty harsh. I went to bring the weed eater down here because we have got weeds growing everywhere. I don't really like to spray chemicals down here too much because we have a well down the bottom of the hill there. So let's see. I've never put this on. We'll see. I played with it, but I never actually put it on as a backpack. Got 2 speeds. Definitely move some air. All right. That other, there was a knot of air, a knot of sawmill dust up there, and that had water in it from the system putting water, and it was it had solidified. That works pretty good. Let's get everything running and check. I'm gonna check the oils and get everything going, and I'll be right back with you guys. All right, I got everything running, and as you can see behind me, I'm gonna let everything warm up and we'll be right back with you. So I don't have have a grapple here that's big enough for this log. I have the smaller grapple that I normally use on the 474, or actually the T25, what I used to use it on. But the grapple's not big enough to grab this log. It literally doesn't have enough jaw span. So what I'm doing is using forks, and that's not ideal. But we go ahead and see if we can set this on here real gently. Make sure that I've got it set on my toe boards and pretty centered. Well, what I'm doing is I have the camera set up where it's actually looking at the log, and I'm using the camera to see what I'm doing. What I don't want this to do is so it's rolling off here really fast. Bear with me, I keep moving the camera. I'm just an inch along. This is a big enough log that if I messed up and just kind of let this thing roll off the front wide open, it could actually damage the sawmill. So I'm going to be very, very gentle. This is where the big grapple's nice. You just pick it up and place the log exactly where you want it. I'm just picking it up a little bit, tilting forward a little bit, picking up a little bit, tilting forward a little bit, until it rolls off. All right, that was not too bad. It definitely didn't hit anything on the back side. Recenter that just a tad. There's a knot you guys can't see over here on this side. Just gonna push it off to the. It's not what I wanted to happen, but it happened. It wasn't hard enough hit to damage the log. All right, let's see if we can get this thing twisted around. All right, right now I definitely don't want to be in front of the log. There's nothing to keep it from rolling forward. I'm going to get around here and raise the log dog up. Hope you guys can hear me. All right, now we're pretty good, pretty safe now. Yeah, I'm sitting on this knot a little bit. I think I'm just going to compensate by raising this toe board up and lock it down right there. It's actually not a horrible bite. There's a lot of rod in the end of this thing, so I hope we can get some good boards out of this. I didn't realize there was a big hole in the bottom there. We'll see. Okay, I am absolutely positive that I probably wouldn't attempt this log unless I had the hydraulics. Trying to turn this over with a manual log dog, it could be dangerous. I mean, you could use your tractor as the hydraulics on the tractor to do it, but again, I generally just stayed away from logs this big. It's just, they're just dangerous. Again, guys, talking's hard. All right, let's go ahead and pull the blade guide out all the way. I'm gonna crank this dude up. I lubed everything, checked all the oils. I'm not going to be running any water. I'm running a carbide cutter blade. I want to think it's called Apex. I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember. But it's a 7-degree blade. My goal here is just to make some flat spots, kind of read into this log, see what we got. Woo! Either I popped the blade, broke the blade, not sure what just happened. Turn her off. I tightened the blade up to the correct tightness. Sound like it broke. Now that blade has had a lot of cuts and they're not replaceable. I have another one. Whatever the case may be, it hit hard enough that it damaged the blade. And you can see up here at the top. I wonder if there's a nail in that possibly. Or like some sort of piece of metal. Never even thought about that. The last one I cut wasn't. This is pretty good ways up in the tree. It could just be metal fatigue. Yeah, it broke. It's sticking out the end over here. I have not had a blade break very often. So this was a, like I said, this was a carbide blade, and I've been trying to get every last little bit of sharp that it had. And it looks like I might have pushed it just a little too far. Nothing's damaged other than the blade. I'll have to figure out how to get this dude out because it shot out the side over here. It crinkled it up too. I mean, it was dull already. Dullish. Well, good news is I don't see any damage. Bad news is I gotta get this dude wiggled out from this. At least it's not sharp enough really to cut my hands. Shouldn't say that before I'm doing this. Well, that was not near as dramatic as I thought it was gonna be. I'm gonna get a fresh blade. I'll be right back with you. All right, what I'm doing now is just kind of looking through this blade. I'm looking through the gullets. See my finger here? And I want to see if there's any indication of any fractures or any cracks. And I don't see anything. I'm not going through it all yet, but I don't see any indication of metal fatigue, anything that would make me think that this blade is, you know, ready to fail. I mean, it's not sharp anymore. I'm feeling it right here. It's not sharp anymore. That's unusual. The crack is on the back side. Generally, it starts up here on the front. All right, I thought I had another blade here, but it's actually at my shop at the house. So tomorrow we'll come out here bright and early and start this back up again. And I'll see you then. All right, this is the next day. I didn't have an Apex blade in stock. I thought I had one more. Apparently I have already used it or have misplaced it. Otherwise, the Gremlin has got it, or I didn't have one. I have 10 brand new. These are Frontier saber-tooth saw blades. They're 10 degrees. This will just rip through this just fine. Excuse me, I think these are 7 degrees. Apologize, these are 7 degrees. But either way, it will rip through this Tulip Poplar, no issues whatsoever. And so let's get started. That's the first blade that I have broke in a long time. I've only broke, this is actually the second blade that I've ever broke. I do a pretty good inspection when I go to sharpen the blade, so if I see anything like a fracture at all, I just go ahead and get rid of it. Red phosphor here. I got this knot coming up. Kind of curious what this looks like. So it's really pretty, a lot better than I was expecting. Got a lot of greens, a little bit of hint of like a pinkish red in the middle. I don't know why Tulip Poplar got a bad name for like, or it was like a support wood, if you will. They would put it behind places because it was easy to work with. People didn't like the color of it. But I think nowadays the stains have come so far that you can stain Tulip Poplar. But I think I just love to have this, that color with a clear coat over it. All right, everything's warmed up real good too. Go ahead and throttle this up. See if I can rotate this over. Backstops are in a full up position. This is a lot of log. See if I can turn it. much here. Basically what we're going to do, I need some 1x6s, and I need some 1x3.5. I'm going to take a slice off this and make 1x6s out of it. We'll come back to this piece. See if I can get that cut pretty wide. I believe I got it. I don't believe there's going to be any, there's no knots in the way. I think I got that full cut right there. I can come back with my blade guide with a couple more knots if this piece stirred. Back shocks are clear. This is at least a 21, 22 inch cut. Every bit of it. Very, very hot and humid today. That cab makes me not want to get out of that AC. What I'm going to do now is come down and take another 6-inch cut, and I'll take all these 6-inch slabs or these 6-inch logs, rotate them on their side, and then cut them all in one fell swoop. Just have a whole bunch of 2x6s, or excuse me, 1x6s all done in one time. All right, looks good. Another really wide cut. Guesstimate 20+ inches for sure. No liquid. I guess I probably need to turn a little bit of juice on. I've been used to cutting. I've been used to cutting with that other blade, and I haven't been using any liquid. Almost probably 25-30 hours of cutting. Turns out this is going right down the pit. Surely by accident, it's going to be really good. The chunk right there now. So you can get a lot of wood out of these big pieces. However, the drawback to it is that they're hard to work with. Alright, got the log dogs pulled out of the way. Take the toe boards, go all the way to the top. I'll get better with these hydraulics, but right now I'm definitely still not perfect with them. All right, I'm going to come down to actual screw six, cut the top off. Maybe able to make 3.5 out of the other. All right, let's slide this off on the floor. You know what, let me pull the tractor up here. Alright, now what I'm going to do is turn this up on its side, put the back stops up, and try to make some boards out of this. Obviously I got some pith in there. Some of them won't be any good, but some of them will. Now I've got it on there, I got to see how level the grain is. I want to cut these boards with the grain. That'll be the strongest, so I don't want it to be like cutting through the grain like this or like this. I want it to be pretty level. And just standing right here, it's pretty awesome, pretty level. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and take it. Right now I'm gonna gauge it, see how much rot. I'm trying to cut out as much rot as I can. That's everything we got right there. Come down and set my blade on the top, just drag it, get me my mark. I'm going to set my adjustable mark, and I am going to lower the blade down so it touches the wood. You'll hear it kind of make a little noise. Pull it back. Now I'm going to set my adjustable line. The blue line is adjustable, the red line is set to the actual sawmill gauge. So we're going to go with quarters. 1 inch boards, we're on 4 quarters. So that's the first 4-quarter mark right there. Tighten that down. And now all I have to do is come back and lower this to the next 4. That'll give me a perfect 1 inch board, taking into account the blade loss. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the rest of the boards up off camera. What I'm gonna do now is take you up and show you where this is actually going. We've got a build that's coming, a full-length video that's coming soon, but I thought I'd give you guys a little taste of it, and let's go look at it. You guys that are watching our sawmill video getting a little sneak peek that other people won't get. And this is a what? Tell me what you think it is in the comment section. This is what we're building. And the video, when it comes out, will be start to finish on this video. And then there'll be some breakdowns of us doing it along the way. But I'm finding that people like start to finish videos. So I thought I'd give you guys that are dedicated a little sneak peek. Hey, I really appreciate you watching the channel. God bless. Have a great day.